You think you're something special? There is nothing special.
With his aunt, you know, of course, yeah, she's a bitch, but what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Yellow Wind. We are here with a trailer of the season 1 of Harry Potter. Before we start, I just want to let you guys know, I've been getting a lot of feedback and stuff with all these videos. Like, this is new to me doing this trailer reaction thing. I'm not a pro person in front of the camera. I don't really do this very often. I'm usually behind the camera. I want to let people know I tend to stutter. So if you see a lot of jump cuts, this is the reason why. I take my time thinking about what I say. Everything that you've seen so far from what I've started doing, I've never pre-wrote anything down. I've never pre-scripted anything. Everything comes off the top of my head. So if I mess up, I'll try to just say it again. Sometimes I'll just kind of take a long time to say things and I'll stretch it out a little bit because it's just like I'm thinking as I'm talking, but sometimes that doesn't work that way. And I'm trying to do my best. I'm not perfect. I'm gonna keep trying, and I appreciate everyone's suggestions and your feedback about how I'm doing. So we're gonna just keep the ball rolling. Hopefully I get better. I've only been 3 months into this, barely. So we're gonna keep trying, we're gonna keep going. This is exhausting to do because this is like one video each day of the weekday. So sometimes I'll miss days because I'm out of town or I'm stuck working or doing something. So I don't get a chance to shoot and try to edit, but I'm doing my best, and all we can do is just try to get better from here. So I appreciate you guys again, but we're about to get into this trailer. This is Harry Potter season 1. If you guys haven't already heard the news from a while ago, HBO Max is doing a series of the entire Harry Potter book series. Yes. So each season is supposed to be one book. And the reason why they're doing it is because in the book, there's usually a lot of details that you can't fit within a movie. As long as the old Harry Potter movies are, even within 2.5 hours, even 3 hours, they can't fit everything that's in the book and all the details of it into a movie. So by doing a series, you can actually be able to be as detailed as possible and not miss out on any parts of the storyline that could help elevate the story even more than what we've already seen. So if you think about it, average nowadays, these show series are between like 45 minutes to an hour. So if you think, let's say each episode is about an hour, and the average season is about 8 episodes. So that's about 8 hours worth. So think about that. That could have been 4 movies, about 1 book. And then now all the way to the Deathly Hallows, which is a very long book that they had to split it up in 2 movies. Who knows how long that season will be. What I noticed too is that instead of calling it the Sorcerer's Stone like we've known in America, it's called the Philosopher's Stone, which is the original UK version, which to me is not all that big of a deal. It's still the same story, it's just a different name. They try to change it to Sorcerer's Stone back then to appease the American audience and, to try to get the American audience to understand what that is. We're grown now, it don't matter. Of course, yes, there's a whole new cast. Every single person is brand spanking new, so no one is returning from the original series, which is cool. It gives new people a chance to take on a new take of Harry Potter, and with this new young generation of kids, this is gonna be their Harry Potter, you know what I mean? And with me, I'm gonna support it because, I'm a fan of Harry Potter. I love what they've done with it and what they've taken to bringing it to life at these theme parks, etc., and even how big it is globally as well. Aside from all the negative press that it's gotten, regarding to the author, it's a hard line to support and not support, the backgrounds of what this is. But, to me, it's like, sometimes there's things that make people happy. There's always people that's gonna fuck it up for everybody. But, I don't want it to take away from these actors and these actors that have put so much work behind it. The story was a blessing. It's just the person behind that story just wasn't a blessing. But, aside from that, there was also a lot of press between, who they picked for. There's a few people that are different ethnicities, different than what it is from the last story or the original book. Of course, it's always going to be motherfucking complaining, but it's just like, a story's a story. Like, who gives a fuck? If it's not a true story, then who gives a fuck? Like, shut up. Like, sometimes I just hate fandoms, and I just hate people that their whole lives revolves around being exact or being on point and everything has to be to the book. It's like, shut the fuck up. If you have a issue with it, go make your own shit. No one fucking gives a fuck about you. So shut the fuck up, sit down. If you don't like it, change the fucking channel. Don't nobody need your support, because at the end of the day, most of the people that act like that are the least supportive people anyway. So whatever, like, you're not the one making the art. So either if you have something to judge about, fine, you have your opinion, but we don't give a fuck about your opinion. So other than that, we're gonna get into this trailer and see what this whole thing is about.
I told you. You are a normal boy. And you're going to start acting like one. You think you're something special? There is nothing special.
She don't look as grimacing as the last auntie. Last one, she just had the face I just hated.
I just wanted to know about my parents.
Your parents were the kindest, bravest people I ever met.
It's a lot.
They were funny
Oh, hey.
and clever. And they stood up for what they believed was right.
It's a little softer tone.
The next time I see you, will be in Hogwarts.
Mr. Potter, I think we can expect great things from you.
Oh.
Let's see who you are.
Are you really Harry Potter?
Sure.
Christmas. All right, that was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone season 1. One thing I noticed watching this was the colors are a little bit faded and darker. They're not as warm and vibrant for at least, you know, film 1. So if you remember watching throughout the films from the film series, you know, the first one was a little bit more warm and vibrant. And then as it goes on, you know, everyone has seen, you know, like the intro of the title sequence, it gets darker and darker and darker and more contrasted. And it felt almost like more of a adult film, the way that they put it. But, you know, we're growing up with Harry, so it's like we're all maturing too as it's going on. And this is basically what's going to happen, because they said that this is going to be 10 seasons. So, you know, we'll see how long it'll take them. But because the book series is already done, so they can just keep shooting at year after year after year. So I'm sure they're probably going to be shooting as we speak, or they're probably done with 2 seasons. You never know. One thing I can say is, like, even though the film looks darker, the characters and the actors feel a little bit more lighthearted, maybe a little bit softer than the original. The original was just like straight to the point. These characters, they seem like they're a little bit more humbled in a soft sense. Even like I said earlier with his aunt, you know, of course, she's a bitch, but this one, she seems a little bit not friendly, I guess you can say, like at least face wise and her tone, I believe. But, you know, it's gonna definitely develop as time goes on, so we'll see how they go about it. And then, you know, I saw all the characters. You see John Lithgow as Dumbledore, which is really dope. You know, we've grown up seeing John Lithgow for a while, and what's crazy is that he's like, I think he's in his 80s right now, or his early 80s. So if he finishes this thing, it might be all the way to his 90s, or maybe he's in his 70s. I could be wrong, but he's much older. And, you know, we went through 2 Dumbledores because one passed away after the second one from the film series. And then thankfully the second Dumbledore replacement, he finished all the way through, and, you know, he lived a wonderful life afterwards before he passed away a few years back. So, and a lot of the actors from the original, they passed away too. It's a moment to share how far we've came from the originals till now. Even as you saw, you know, I've seen images and screenshots of Snape. In this series, Snape is black with locks. And I think he looks dope as I'm not gonna lie. To me, this Snape has a little bit more aura than the other one. You know what I mean? The other one is more uptight. I'm sure this one's uptight too, but he has a lot more of this swagger that the other Snape didn't have. The other Snape was menacing, but you know, shout out to Alan Rickman and rest in peace. You know, he was a great Snape and there's no one that can top him. But you know, I have high hopes for the one that's taken over as Snape. I think his name is Papa. I'm probably getting his name wrong. I apologize, but I'm sure by the end of the series, we're gonna get his name completely correct. So my bad if I got it all f***ed up. But yeah, this is Harry Potter. I feel like this is a nice reset. The only thing I think about when they announced this, what are they gonna do at all these theme parks? Because, you know, Epic Universe in Orlando, they just opened a third Harry Potter area, and it's based off of Fantastic Beasts and a little bit of Harry Potter as well. And all of them are all tied to the original movie series. And of course, you know, when you're going to the rides and stuff, it's all the original actors playing those characters. So I don't know if they're gonna keep it the same way or if they're gonna try to switch it to the new, but you know, we'll see. I mean, it'd be kind of cool that they rebrand everything and maybe give it somewhat of a new refresh to all the rides as well. It's really nice and heartwarming to see a lot of the original actors from the original film series actually writing letters and reaching out to the actors that are taking over their characters for this new reboot. And you know, it could be tough because, you know, they kind of set the standard, I guess you could say, but also they endured everything from the jump. Besides the book series, there's really no foundation for how it's going to be in live action, and they kind of set that up. So now with these kids coming up, they're basically creating a new foundation and being able to kind of get inspo from the original, but also these actors, they've endured through the roller coaster of the hype of Harry Potter, having someone to look up to or someone to kind of back them up and being a mentor to them. It's actually really gratifying to have these kids to be able to have that on their side. Not everyone had that, but you know, for this, it's going to be a nice journey for these kids to really go through this entire world of Harry Potter and seeing where it's going to take them. It's going to be a long ride, even from the original series and the book series. Like the books, I think were still kind of going on while the movies had began coming out. But, you know, at this point, you know, everything's out there. There's spin-off books and stuff like that as well that, you know, they can grab as much info as they need. So this wild ride starts on Christmas Day of 2026. So I think I'm probably going to tune in Christmas. Usually I'm chilling anyway. So I don't know about you guys, but you let me know what you thought about this. You know, how do you think the characters might do? Do you like the actors that they have right now? Let me know. Hit like, subscribe, comment down below. And other than that, we'll see you on the next trailer. So if you're done with me, peace.